Enzo Bianchi, who is the founder of the famed ecumenical community of Bossé in Italy, recently did a statistical analysis for the Italian newspaper Corriere della Sera, which is like the New York Times of Italy, of all the words used by Pope Francis since his election. And what he found is that mercy, by far, was the landslide winner, the single term used most commonly by Francis since he was elected. It's there in his motto. You know, his motto as Pope is a quote from the Venerable Bede. It's kind of a complicated Latin formula, but basically it means by having mercy, by choosing through the eyes of mercy, choosing through the lens of mercy. Okay? When he celebrated his first Mass as Pope on the 17th of March, 4 days after his election, his first Sunday Mass, I should say, he chose to do that not in St. Peter's Basilica, but in the parish church of St. Anne's, which is the church where Vatican personnel go to just for their regular Sunday liturgy. Well, anyway, when he went to to celebrate Mass at St. Anne's on the 17th, he kind of laid out a program of governance in miniature, and the heart of his homily that day was the line that the strongest message of the Lord is mercy. The strongest message of the Lord is mercy. Again, on the papal plane, he said that he believes the present moment is a kairos, okay, deliberately using that Greek term from the New Testament that means a kind of privileged moment. He said that the present moment is a kairos of mercy. It is a moment in which the world desperately needs to hear the Lord's message of mercy. Over and over again, he continues to come back to this. On the 26th of May, he made his first visit to a Roman parish. You know, popes typically try over the course of their papacies to get around to visit as many churches in Rome as they can because they are, of course, among other things, the Bishop of Rome. So on this particular day, Francis was going to visit Saints Elizabeth and Zechariah Parish on the outskirts of Rome. The pastor there is a Romanian immigrant, a guy by the name of Father Beoni Ambris. The Italians call him Padre Ben. The Pope was scheduled to get there at 10 o'clock in the morning. At 9:15, Padre Ben picks up in his ear the rotor wash of a helicopter, okay? And he's thinking initially this is the Carabinieri, the Italian security, right, who are there to provide protection. Turns out, no, it's actually the Pope's helicopter. Okay, so Francis lands 45 minutes early. He pops out, and he says to Padre Ben, listen, I'm sorry for the early start, but in addition to saying Mass and in addition to meeting the parishioners, what I would really like to do while I'm here is hear some confessions. Okay. Now, this was not part of the program, okay? So Father Ben runs and grabs 8 people at random, okay? And he says to them, you're going to confession. Okay. And he told me this story later. They looked at him and they said, well, that's very sweet, Father, but we're actually here to see the Pope. He said, that's exactly what's in the cards. Okay. So he brought them into the confessional in the church, and one by one, Francis sat with them and heard their confessions and administered forgiveness. Now, I think in part he wanted to do that simply because he takes the role of Bishop of Rome seriously, and he thinks of this as part of the pastoral responsibility of the local bishop. But I think in part, too, he wanted people to see the Pope at the Catholic Church making a point out of celebrating the Church's premier rite of mercy. It's all about that kairos of mercy.